So right through the middle of the village, ladies and gentlemen, the military vehicles will be parading. Do give them a round of applause as they come through. They make a tremendous contribution to what's happening this weekend.
Is he paying you for that?
Two bob he's got.
Yeah,
He
two
went
bob.
went and collected it, didn't he?
It does stay and then sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, and you brought the dry weather with you. Let's hope it stays for the rest of the afternoon. You can enjoy the rest of your day. But thank you for supporting Southwick Revival once again. Now, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Jack Churchill and Alexander Churchill. And I'd like to hand the microphone over now to Jack, who's going to say a few words, Jack Churchill, and then Alexander is actually going to declare the Southwick Revival 2025 event officially open. So wait for that one. So without further ado, over to Jack Churchill. Thank you.
This is really special to be here. I've never been to Southwick before, so to see where D-Day was planned from and this spectacular village with all its history is really fabulous. So thank you also, all of you, for coming out today, because without you it wouldn't be possible as well. Alexander and I are really thrilled to be here representing the Churchill family. We're very proud of our ancestry, and it's a big honour to be invited to events like this and to get to share in the history and to celebrate and remember those who took part. This year is a very special year because obviously it's the 80th anniversary of VE Day. Obviously, VE Day would not have happened had all the elements in this village and the military from around the world and come together to do the D-Day landings, which were 81 years ago. So this was the start of the liberation of Europe and the ultimate destruction of Nazi tyranny. We should remember the 4,415 Allied troops who lost their lives on D-Day. We pay tribute to them and all those who took part in the very successful landings which ultimately liberated Europe and secured the freedom for the rest of the world. So thank you very much. I'm going to pass over to Alexander now to do the big moment.
I now declare this
Southwick Revival officially open.
Thank you very much, and okay, let's go.
Oh, no, you haven't got your pips on.
No. I haven't got infantry pips, I've only got the conscious. Fellow carrying the radio. Oh yeah, let's drive it everywhere.
I told the girls all to come and see just what the Sandman brought to me. They stood around with a great big smile, and when he did the crazy twist, they all went wild. You're a good rockin' daddy, yes, you're a good rockin' daddy. Come on now, up on your feet, you can't be beat. You're a good rockin' daddy.
Army's here, British and Canadian. We're waiting to go abroad, we don't know where, but we've been learning French words. So there's a clue there. Yes. The chaps up there, the officers and the other troops are really keen to pass on information to you, but it's a restricted area. Remember, what they're telling you is top secret. Do not pass it on to any of the information on to anyone else. All right? Very important. If you want to go over to my Sergeant Taylor over there, he'll stamp your ID cards so you can come in. All right?
All right,
Come
thank
on,
you.
off you go. And you, come on. Move.
So you now enter in a very secure military base. So this is all checkpoint which you actually come through. You come through a first checkpoint, then you come to an office like this. We will have a closer look at you, stamp your ID card. So this is an ideal place for the military police to be. So as a group of policemen, this place will be swarming with military police at checkpoints, going around the perimeter to make sure there's nobody A getting in, but more importantly, the soldiers getting out for a point of view down the road. So this is the home of the 21st Army, British Canadian Army. We're billeted in these woods. So if you imagine these woods, the trees will still be here, but all the undergrowth will be taken out, and there'll be hundreds and hundreds of tents, and thousands of men ready to embark on the D-Day. So no matter where they were, whether paratroopers dropping into Arnhem, there'll be a section of MPs with them. You know, in Burma, everywhere the British troops was posted, there'll be military police. One of the big things was prison of war. You see the prison of war in the cage over behind the Jeep. It was called the cage, somewhere just to keep the prison of war.
I was surprised you didn't notice when you walked across. When you brought, Sean came up this morning, he brought some 2 straight.
So in here we'll have things like our mess tins, spare pair of socks, maybe a sewing kit, things like that, knife, fork, spoon, and anything else you want to cram in there really. So yes, little bits and bobs. So ammunition will be kept in the webbing, which is down there.
Weapon as well. It's good. He's got one.
No, getting in.
And a 112 target too.
I want the bigger. Did you got a blue water bottle as well? That water bottle.
Yeah.
That's an enamel one. They used them in the early war. So Dunkirk period.
Into a fit you in it. Yeah, I reckon we'll fold you up like a great. I reckon you could. I could roll you up.
Tank alert! Load! Range 600! Tank moving right! Right! 10! Fire!
What size shell is this?
It's a 6-pounder. We have some here. This is called the ready ammunition. This one is an APDS, armour piercing discarding sabot. They're very rare to get hold of now, but this was a real good tank killer.
Well, gentlemen, tomorrow at first light, we will be launching the greatest offensive in the whole of history. Now, the fate of Europe and the course of this war will depend on what you do in the next coming minutes, days and weeks. But tonight, you will be sleeping in this wood under English skies. And tomorrow morning, you will be standing on the shores of France, on the beaches of Normandy.
Bienvenue au quartier français à Southwick Revival. Welcome to the French Quarter in Southwick Revival.
They're playing pétanque, French balls.
Hello, hello everyone!
Oui, je t'aime, dans la joie ou la douleur. Douce France, cher pays de mon enfance, garde de ton insouciance, je t'ai gardé dans mon cœur, je t'ai gardé dans mon cœur, je t'ai gardé dans mon cœur. Thank you very much. Merci. Thank you.
Enjoying your visit? We are having so much fun. This is such a cute little festival that we have going here.
Bedford, Virginia, sir.
Ah, is that small?
A very small town, yes, sir, and the base of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Western Virginia.
A former mayor of Bedford.
I'll tell you about Earl Parker. who left Bedford, was in the National Guard unit, trained in Abbey Bridge with two brothers. He died within the first 9 minutes. His brother was taken as a prisoner of war and was not returned until 45. And then his other brother died within 2 months. He had left a daughter in Bedford that he never met, and she lived a very successful life with grandchildren. But his mother did lose 2 boys and another son that was a prisoner of war. So a hard thing.
Yeah. You belong to me. Eat an apple every day. Get to bed by 3. Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. Be careful crossing streets. Don't eat meat. Cut out sweets. You'll get a pain and ruin your tum-tum. Button up your overcoat when the wind is free. Take good care of yourself. You belong